minute FIU Football Weekly. Panthers coming off a thrilling 27-26 comeback victory over Charlotte. And Coach, tell me a little bit about that. I mean, down 26-13, 7 minutes left in the game. What was the sideline like? Your thoughts on that?
Well, you know, we've talked to our guys at halftime about playing for 4 quarters and believing they can get it done. And, you know, we felt like if we could get a score and get on the board, no matter what happened, we'd have a chance in the end. And we scored our touchdown with about 4 minutes left, so we still had all 3 timeouts. And we used the timeouts wisely. They made a mistake and threw the ball on a 2nd down, and we didn't have to use one, and it worked out.
Yeah, I thought that was like the break. Because, you know, when you're down like that late in the game, you need a break every once in a while. I thought that was the break you needed when I don't understood why they threw the ball when they're trying to run the clock. I mean, maybe trying to get the first down, but it backfired and helped you guys get a chance. One thing that didn't go right for you guys last game was the ability to run the ball. You guys had run for 528 yards the previous 2 games. What do you think happened there?
Well, they came into the game with a plan to outnumber the run and leave our wideouts one-on-one. We felt like if we would have gone to throwing the ball a little bit earlier in the game, we would have had even a few more points. But we were going to try to establish the run, its toughness. When it got down to it, we had to open it up and let Magoo throw the football around. Our guys caught the ball well.
It seemed like earlier in the game, Alex was having a little difficulty being consistent throwing the ball, but he seemed to get more in a rhythm, especially when you had to go a little bit more hurry up in that last 7 minutes.
Yeah, you know, the good thing about it, and I told the team in our team meeting after the game, is what Alex did was he stayed under control. He didn't panic, didn't get frustrated after a couple of turnovers, and he went in and he moved our football team. So I think just his ability to stay positive, us being positive with him, our guys played, our offensive line protected well, and we got some things done.
Seemed like Magoo was able to spread the ball around. He got John Smith involved, A.J. Brandisel, Thomas Owens for the 2nd straight game, over 100 yards. Was that the plan, just to get everybody involved? Well,
you know, again, as I said the last week, teams are going to have to stop trying to take away just T.O. because we got other guys that can catch the ball and John. So we spread it around, and, you know, the plan is the quarterback to hit who's open. I think Alex knows that if he throws it close to T.O., he's going to catch it. So I'd throw it to him also.
The defense kind of bend, don't break. I mean, they did give up 232 yards rushing, but made the stops when they had to, especially at the end, that last drive where, you know, almost set up for the game-winning field goal.
Yeah, we understood that, you know, they'd made a change at quarterback. They had a guy who could run the football at quarterback and control the clock. So instead of just having to stop the running back from running, you had to account for the quarterback also. And he made a few plays. We let him scramble out. I think he scrambled or ran the ball for probably a total of 100 yards, but his scrambles were about 75. We needed to keep him contained a little better, but when it was all said and done, the guys played well and found a way to get them stopped.
Now this Saturday, you're probably going against the best offense you're going to see so far this year, and I'm including Indiana and Maryland. These guys, over 500 yards a game. They have a great quarterback, great running back in Louisiana Tech. 2 receivers that have nearly 2,000 yards receiving already and 20 touchdowns.
Yeah, they're a talented group. The quarterback is talented. He gets the ball out of his hand. It's a lot of quick passes to where blitz-wise you're not going to get to him because he's going to get rid of the ball. But we've got to, you know, change up some things. We've got to think our way through some different formations and make sure that our guys can adjust, put them in the best situation to be successful.
Yeah, they've put up 55 and 56 points the last 2, 55-52 winner against Western Kentucky. And then last week, a common opponent in UMass. Well, Western Kentucky's also a common opponent, but you guys won't see them until November, a 56-28 win. As far as their defense, what have you seen from the Bulldogs defense?
Well, they're a multiple group. They blitz, they pressure. It's the same defensive coordinator that we faced last year. But he's going to bring pressure. He's going to disguise. He'll bring 4 guys, 5 guys, 6 guys, and play zone and play man. So, again, we've got to block. The game is still about the players and us executing, and we've got to block, and at the same time we've got to throw the ball and catch and be able to run the ball also.
That's Coach Ron Cooper. Panthers and Bulldogs, 7 o'clock on Saturday from FIU Stadium. We'll step aside for a moment and come back with Thomas Owens.
Sportsmanship is an important tradition for Conference USA members.
It means being a role model for the next generation.
Giving it everything you got.
But always respecting your competition.
Supporting your teammates, no matter what the situation is.
And representing your school and team with grace and dignity. In the classroom, on the field,
in the community,
and wherever life takes you. Show your CUSA pride all day through good sportsmanship.
Welcome back to FIU Football Weekly. Thomas Owens joins me this week, and why not? Second straight game over 100 yards. You had 7 catches, 125 yards against UTEP 2 weeks ago, and then 11 for 148 last week against Charlotte. What's been different for you the last 2 games?
Our line just been blocking well, and the quarterback's just been getting me the ball.
Okay, very simple enough. Now let's go back to that Charlotte game. You guys won 27-26, had to come back in the last 7 minutes, down 26-13. What was it like on the sideline in that game? I mean, it seems like the guys, since Ron Cooper took over on the sideline, guys seem more involved. They're jumping up and down throughout the game. What was that like those last 7 minutes?
Coach Coop always tell us in practice to just get involved. That's with the sideline and that's with the players on the field. And that's what happened. You practice how you play.
Did you guys talk about, the situation when it was, the final 7 minutes down by 13 and the offense say anything?
We would just stay calm. That's it. Some players was getting, matter of fact, a lot of us was getting frustrated because of the time and everything, but Coach Ball told our receiver corps just to stay calm. We got this. Everything will be all right.
It seemed like Charlotte was kind of stacking the box early on, knowing that, you guys ran for 528 yards the last 2 games, and they had 8, 9 men in the box. Did you guys notice that early on? Because, you guys were able to throw the ball a lot better in the second half.
Yeah, we knew it coming into this game that they was going to try to stop the run because of the pass game, and we just took advantage of it.
As far as your game, 11 catches, 148 yards, you found out afterwards that you were 1 catch shy of the FIU single game record held by T.Y. Hilton against Akron back in 2011. Your thoughts on that game?
I caught what you gave me.
You caught what you gave me, okay. Real simple, hey? Yeah. Throw the ball, catch the ball.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 weeks ago at UTEP, and I think, this is something that, a lot of people may not know. You made that one-handed catch on the sideline that nobody thought you caught. Is it something that you pattern yourself after some NFL receiver? Because when you think of that, immediately you think Odell Beckham type stuff. But who do you pattern your game after?
Nobody really. I watch all type of players, DeAndre Hopkins, AJ Green, Odell Beckham, but I just go out there and just play like Thomas Owens.
Okay. Well, speaking of Thomas Owens, when Ron Cooper was on in the previous segment, we were taping this, so one of the segments I screwed up calling you Terrell Owens, and you see 81, you see the initials TO. Did you pick 81, or was that assigned to you by Coach Ron Turner when you first got here?
It was just signed to me by Coach Ron Turner.
Okay. What's your preference for it? You have a preference for a number?
Not really.
Not really?
Yeah.
Okay. As far as off the field, you mentioned that you want to get into personal training. What drew you to that?
Just back when I go home, I see a lot of people training younger people and keeping them out of trouble, and I feel like that's a good thing.
You like the weight aspect of it, lifting the weights, running? What kind of personal training? Do you want to open up a business? What do you want to do with that?
More of a running style, to be honest. And later on in life, I would try to open up a business.
You have a name for the business yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. That is Thomas Owens, not Terrell Owens. He joins us this week on FIU Football Weekly. We'll be back next week to talk about the Louisiana Tech game and look ahead to Middle Tennessee.